team. So we are here. It's Sunday fun day. We're in the kitchen. We are cooking up a storm. We went out shopping today. We picked up some fresh coconuts. We're gonna have some coconut water. We got some 4 nice coconuts there. So we went to this morning. The video you're gonna see, it's coming up next month. Some crab and some fish, and let's take a look at what it looks like. Can I have a towel? Give me a towel there. Thanks, Mom. Mom is here. Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
And here it is cooking. Surprise! Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that cooking. Oh, Mom's making the crab curry. And what's this? Parrot poop?
Yeah, dal.
Oh, dal, lentils. And milk. And herbs?
Yeah.
All right, so the cooking is going on. Let me tell you, that's. I wish you guys had smell-o-vision for what I am smelling, because it is amazing. So I'm gonna come back into my office and let's get situated here. All right, there we go. And have a quick drink. I did get to go to P&S and pick up one of my favorites, and you guys see it in my intro. This is my chicken roti pastry. So it is a roti folded, and inside is chicken and potato. So it's I like the roti. Thanks for the message. Let me see if I can see the yeah. Someone wrote, I didn't see what you wrote. I'm sorry. I think you said, how does it taste? It tastes amazing. Let's see. Here we go. 100% true. Thank you for joining. Please join the Discord server. Down in the comments will be the link to the Discord server. So if you want to chat with me anytime. So it is really good. What I really like about these is the roti. Number one, I'm a roti nut. Sorry, I am a roti fanatic. I absolutely love roti. So I enjoy the roti. And on the inside is chicken and potato and vegetables all mixed in. And it is just, It's just so good. Really, a nice little kick of spice. Gives me sweats on the back of my head. So delicious. I wish you guys could enjoy it with me. So, hopefully everyone's doing well. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their Sunday. It is 11:30 on a Sunday, and I figured I'm gonna do some videos on Sundays, and hopefully you guys will enjoy these videos. I can finish. It's not a meal. It's really spicy though. It's not meant to be a meal. It's a snack. So it's very 100% true is asking how many can you finish in one sitting. If I was hungry, I could probably do 3 or 4, but in reality, 2. I had one earlier today at 6 a.m. coming back from the fish market, and I'm just having the second one now. Mm. Mm. Piece of chicken and potato. Mm. Bit into that perfectly. The edges are the best because it's the thickest part of the roti. 100% true. Do you miss the taste while you were in Korea? Well, the thing is that over the last 15 years that I've been in Korea, I come to Sri Lanka once every Christmas, once every year. Now, for the last 3 years, because of COVID, I never came. So to say that I miss the food is probably an understatement. Yes, I miss the food a lot. The food was one of the things I loved coming up to Sri Lanka. Do I miss it in Korea? Not really, because in Korea, the food there is amazing. I was just talking to my mom earlier today. What do I miss? What food do I miss in Canada? And the food I miss in Canada is, let me just switch the Wi-Fi here. And we're back. The food I miss in Canada is, yeah, I'm sweating now from that. I'm not even half done. I'm not even half done, and I'm just sweating. The food I miss in Canada is the sweets. My nose is sweating. Oh Jesus. Um, the sweets. So you'll get your donuts. You can get them here, but it's just not the same. Korea has donuts. Yeah, Korea definitely has donuts. When I had my sugar cravings, I could get it. There's ice cream here. There's donuts here. It's just I live in a small town, so it's not easy to get. Um, what I really miss is the honeycomb cereal. Yeah, honeycomb cereal I miss the most. I think that is the number one thing that I miss. I was just saying that. Um, what else? Yeah, so today my plan is after the live stream, I got to make a video, which is going out. I have all of my November videos already loaded and done. I hope you guys like the new thumbnails. I got a new channel manager and he's doing a really good job. I'm really happy with the work he's doing. So shout out to him. If anybody is interested and needs a channel manager, check it out. I want to make a shout out to my friend Sarah in Korea who started her own YouTube channel just a short while ago, and she's doing really well. It's a mukbang channel. Hi Kendall, 818 Tequila, good morning. Where are you calling from? Where are you watching from? Please let me know. I want to make a shout out to you guys to check out Sarah's Menu. She is one of my good friends in Korea. She's an American Korean teacher, and she does a food eating mukbang channel where she eats purely seafood. She loves seafood. So she's doing really well with her channel. So please check her out. Shout out to Sarah. I'm going to see you soon. So I got to make a video this afternoon, which is going to go out in 2 weeks. Wait, no, next week, next Friday. So I got to do this video this tonight. I was so tired this morning. I didn't really want to, but I have to do a video tonight to talk about my Philippines decision. I am 54 days. 54 days until I. Oh yes, sorry, Kendall. Yes, sorry. Northeast India. Sorry about that. Thank you. So, 54 days till I land in Korea, and 68 days till I arrive in Philippines for my 5-month residence. So I have plans. So I'm flying to Korea for 2 weeks. So I have a hotel in Korea, and I'm very lucky that one of my friends actually booked and paid for it for me. One of my older friends. It was actually almost $1,500 for 2 weeks. And it's a business hotel, really nice, close by to where I used to live, so I know the area, and it's near his office, so we can hang out. Now I'm going there during the winter, so I'm probably not going to go out too much. I do plan on visiting Itaewon once to pay my respects to those who died in the tragedy. I'm probably not going to go clubbing all that much or partying, just dinners with friends. That's what I'm going to do. It is during the Chuseok holiday, so I arrive on the 14th. That night I'll probably go out. Sunday, Monday I have to work, so I'll be working. I'm actually buying a laptop. I'm buying a laptop. You guys know my computer. I can't really carry this with me to Korea. Okay, this thing is gargantuan. It's huge. Now it's actually quite old. That computer is quite old. That computer I have had for 6 or 7 years. So, but it is very powerful. When I bought it, it was really, really powerful. Now it's still not that powerful, but it still does a great job. So I'm going to be buying a laptop, gaming laptop that a friend of mine who runs a computer business in Korea is setting me up with. It's a Lenovo Legion 7 gaming laptop with a RTX 3060 graphics card, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage, plus I have another external 2 terabyte storage drive, so I'm not going to run out of space. I found that I've made a few mistakes with my YouTube videos where I accidentally delete the video before I check the editing. 100% True says, why gaming when you're not a gamer? Why the extra stuff? I actually am a gamer. I love playing video games. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So I am going to Korea for 2 weeks because I have to reset my re-entry permit. And I figured, hang out for 2 weeks and meet some friends and hang out, and then head over to Philippines, meet up my friend there, hang out in the Philippines for a few months, 4 or 5 months, and then come back to Korea to renew my visa, my work visa, my permanent residence. So I'm gonna be doing that in mid-June. Yeah, mid-June I'll come back to Korea. 100% true. Can you remind me where you are? Philippines or Korea? Because if you're in Korea, 100% I'll meet up with you if I can find the time. So I'm landing on January 14th, and I know I'm going to be busy on the 14th and the 15th, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be busy. I land Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, I know I'm going out to meet some friends. I've already booked that. Sunday, I'm going to be preparing my laptop, picking up my laptop, getting all of that ready and prepared for Monday because I got to work on Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be working. Evenings, I might be free. Friday is the start of the 2 weeks. 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 Friday is the start of the Chuseok holiday. So I don't know what my plans will be. I know I'm probably going to have dinner with a few friends. 100% True says, I'm teaching English in Korea and your videos help me a lot. Thank you. I'm glad I was able to help. I hope your work life is good. Where are you teaching? What city are you in? Can you remind me where you're from and how long? You know, give me some details so that we can talk a little bit about that today. So yeah, I'm gonna buy a laptop in Korea from a computer friend of mine. He runs a computer company, like making computers and stuff like that, specifically desktops. And his company, I'll post that in the comments. I forget the name of it because I just reach out to him directly. I've been using him for a long, long time. Then I'm gonna pick up a few parts and pieces. I bought my winter clothes here, which I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna get my phone fixed. I'm gonna get my phone fixed. Johan, thank you. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. How you doing? I'm gonna get my phone fixed. I'm gonna have, meet with my friends during the Chuseok holiday. And then the following week after Chuseok, I have to work. And then the Friday night, I am having, dinner and stuff with friends. And then the Saturday morning, I fly out. So I really only have 2 weekend nights that aren't the holiday. So the holiday is a big holiday in Korea. So I'm not, those that have family are going to be meeting their family. I know there's a few people that I will be invited to have dinner with. And then I fly out to the Philippines. Now, I am very lucky that, good to hear, Johan. I'm very lucky that I get to fly out. Let me talk really quick. 100% True is in Gwangyang City in Jeollando province, which is in the southern part of Korea. I'm assuming it's a smaller city. He's from South Africa and he's been there for 2.5 months. Welcome to South Korea. Get ready for winter. Now, I have noticed that the weather is really, really warm, like 14, 15 degrees Celsius in November. That is unheard of. By the 2nd to 3rd week of October, 100% True, it is cold, like 5 degrees. So having 14, 15 degrees during the daytime, wow, you are so lucky. Like I used to work in Itaewon at a club and I had to stand outside and it was cold in November. Wait till January, February. It gets cold. Now you're in the southern part of the country, so it's a little bit warmer. Seoul gets cold, like cold. No snow. You will get a lot of snow. Down in the south, a lot of snow. How are you enjoying it? Let me know whether you're enjoying it, whether you're not, some of the things. Don't let your boss in your school get to you. All right, that's the number one thing. Don't let it stress you out. He or she is under a lot of stress because I'm not sure whether you work in a hagwon or in a public school, but the parents drive them insane. Trust me on this. Just smile and say, yes, sir, yes, sir. No matter what they say, never argue. Just say, yes, sir, and then smile and just keep going. And I will give you one piece of advice. Keep your private life private. Do not share anything with anyone, including the other foreign teachers, especially your Korean foreign teachers, your Korean co-teachers. Do not share any personal information with them. Do not party with them. Because they will stab you in the back. It gets back to everyone. Do not share any private information with your students. Do not keep your life separate from your schoolwork. Don't share. Shout out to Tiger. Oh, very nice. That's the first drink I've had in, I'm gonna say, a month. My liver is doing cartwheels. Johan, thank you again for joining. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, let me know. So Johan, just so you know, I'm actually leaving Korea, Sri Lanka, and I'm going to Korea for 2 weeks, and then Philippines for 4 or 5 months, then Korea for 2 weeks, and then back to Sri Lanka in July. So I'll be gone for 6 months. Yeah, I'm leaving in January 14th. I'm leaving Sri Lanka, going to Korea for 2 weeks, then 5 months in. The story is basically I have to renew my visa. So I have to go there to do it. And then I figured, why come back to Sri Lanka? Because I have to go back to Korea in June to renew my work permit. So I have to renew my re-entry permit, my residency permit, in January, and then I have to renew my permanent residence work permit in June. So instead of flying back and forth, because here it comes, I'm a princess, I don't like flying economy. I hate it. One of the beautiful things about flying is that it's still, what's the word, segregated. It's classed. It is beautiful that I love flying business class. Let me just clean the lens here. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Wow, look at that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I like to fly business class, and I have status and I have points. Permanent residence is still a visa. It's still a visa. Some are 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. So I have a 5-year, and I have to renew it. So it's unless you're a citizen, all non-citizens have to renew. It's part and parcel. It's not like I have to qualify for anything. It's just I have to present the fact that I'm paying taxes, paying my health care, and I have an address. That's all. And that I maintain the requirements of a permanent residence, meaning that I've resided inside of Korea for a certain number of days or something like that. So, all citizens of all countries, all visa holders, a permanent residence is still a visa. So anyone who has a visa has to renew it. So yeah, that's another reason why I left Korea, and I'm planning on not returning after this visa cycle. I won't be renewing and living in Sri Lanka is because I'm tired of the visa process. It is hell. In Korea, the visa process is hell. Now, Johan, thank you. I'm going to answer your question 100% true about the backstabbing. But Johan, I wanted to let you know, flying, I enjoy flying. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm very fortunate that I have status on Singapore Airlines and Cathay Pacific and Emirates. I got to fly Emirates first class one time, about 8 years ago, an A380, the one with the shower, the 2-floor airplane, from Seoul to Dubai, Dubai to Colombo. I've flown Malaysian Airlines, Singapore Airlines, Cathay Pacific, Asiana, Korean Air. I've flown a few Chinese airlines. I'll never fly Chinese airlines ever again. Never, ever again. Malaysian Airlines, I'm done with Malaysian Airlines. I will fly, number one, Singapore Airlines, Cathay Pacific. My number one, number two. They are by far amazing airlines. So I like to pick the airplane. I go on websites like Flight, Seat Guru, and Flight, all of these things that give you the actual airplane and you get to see the seat, because let's say there's 2 or 3 flights, 2 or 3 flights per day, they use different aircraft. So you might actually get a better airplane going early. So I'm flying to Seoul via Singapore. Yeah, Johan, Singapore Airlines. My gosh, I came to Korea. I came to Sri Lanka on Singapore Airlines. It was just I treated so well. Treated so well. Yeah, Johan is saying traveling business class. What I'm finding is in the past, for a flight longer than 3 or 4 hours, the business class is just worth it. You're paying about double, but maybe sometimes a little bit less, but you're getting so much more. Number one, more luggage. Number two, the lounge. Number three, the room in the seat and the food. Okay, so you have to go to the airport early. Okay, so what do? Just sit around for 2 hours? Then go to the lounge, enjoy the lounge. You gotta pay for it. So when you add up the extras that you pay for with economy to get the extras that you want, it's like maybe you want the extra row seating, the bulkhead seat or the exit row seat. You gotta pay extra for that. Maybe you want extra luggage. Maybe you want to purchase a lounge in the airport. Well, all of those plus, why don't I just spend an extra $200-300 and get business class and get that all included, right? So, and especially right now, what's going on with the flights? Sorry, just give me 1 second here. What's going on with the flights right now is that the price difference between economy and business class was only like $400. It was ridiculous. There was no price difference because of post-COVID, I guess. I don't know. But for a 10-hour flight, absolutely. And to be taken care of. Like, I have a 50-minute transit in Singapore. And I emailed them. And they emailed me back because I'm a status member. So I have a personal concierge. Is that they guaranteed that someone will be at the gate to take me from the airplane to the next airplane. And that my luggage is guaranteed to be moved. Because they made that flight specifically to fit the minimums. And the planes are next to each other, they said. It's not going to be a problem. Ethiopian Airlines, 100% true, Ethiopian Airlines. Now, my brother has flown Ethiopian Airlines. He used to work in Ethiopia years ago, but that was pre-COVID. So he said they were great. They took good care of him. But yeah, when you look at the best airlines of the world ranked by, whatever the ranking company is that puts those out every year, you'll see that 9 out of the 10 airlines are either Persian Airlines or East Asian Airlines. Japanese Airlines, Singapore, Cathay Pacific, Emirates, Etihad, maybe Lufthansa, but no American Airlines, no Delta, no American Airlines, no, none of those. Yeah, so, and the other thing is I have only ever flown in Airbus airplanes. I've never flown a Boeing. And this time I'm going to be flying a Boeing 787-10. So I'm really excited to try out the Boeing airplane. Although the seats are exactly the same, I just want to try a Boeing to say that I've been a Boeing. There really is no difference. The engines are different. The plane dimensions I think are the same, but it's just the fact that I got to fly in a different airplane. Now, 100% true, you asked me about how do I prevent the backstabbing. Well, you just smile, you do your job. When they give you criticism, you say yes. You never argue. You never show disrespect. You never you never confront anyone. And you keep your nose clean. Keep your head down, keep your nose clean, keep yourself private. If you're here for a year, do your time, get out. Don't let them give you a reason to crap on you. One of the problems with Korea, and if you look at my videos, there are horror stories. Is it as bad as Qatar? Absolutely not, but it is bad. You might be taken advantage of because they know they can get away with it. 100% true. Are you in a public school or in a hagwon? That's the big deal too as well. I would ask you, since you've only been there for 2.5 months, go to your local office or call, because they have English phone numbers, or you can call 1330 or 1335. I can't remember which number it is, but it's an English translation line. Or you can call, Google it, you're in a hagwon. A hagwon is a private academy. Okay, people? It's a private academy that in Korea they have a education culture. So after school finishes at 3 o'clock, students go to private academies for 1 hour, 2 hours to learn more and keep studying right up until midnight. You know, they study at all hours. This is why I have a job online, is because I'm teaching students. I'm teaching the top 1% of students. These are 7-year-old kids and they're speaking fluently with me. Okay, so I'm teaching them how to practice the interview to get into the top Gangnam hagwons. So I have a class coming up in a few hours where I have to do that. Oh, it is crazy. And you will have students, parents who are paying $1,000 to $3,000 US a month to send their kids to hagwons, to bone up on their math, their art, their music, their English. Okay, so that they can pass the test, which just happened last week, which is the university entrance test, or the SAT. It's like that in Sri Lanka too. Yo-Yo 3K, thanks for logging in and joining. Where are you calling from? I don't know about the education system in Sri Lanka because I've never been through the system. I don't teach here. I do understand that parents here do send their kids to post, like after school tutoring, but I only think that the madness is in Korea. I've only ever seen it in Korea, or even in documentaries. I've only ever seen it in Korea. Oh, Kingston, Yo-Yo 3K, Kingston, welcome. How's the weather? I heard Buffalo got serious snow. I'm from Toronto, originally from Newmarket, Bradford. But yeah, Kingston, wow. Thank you for joining us. It must be, what, like, I'm going to say it's like 2 o'clock in the morning over there. 2 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning. So I hope you're staying safe over there with the snow. How is the snow going on right there? 20 centimeters. Wow. Yeah, 1:30 in the morning. Well, it is 12 noon here, and if you can see this, it is in my room. It is 28.6 degrees Celsius with a 62% humidity. If I take this outside, it'll probably be about 30 degrees Celsius and an 80% humidity. So, welcome to winter in Sri Lanka. But in Korea, it is warm considering it is winter. And well, fall in Korea. Normally in Korea, it is about 5 degrees at this time, but today it is about 15 degrees. Oh, Indonesia, Yo-Yo 3K. Indonesia, I have yet to be into Indonesia. I really want to go. So I'm going to Philippines in less than 2 months. It'll be my first time in Philippines. So I'm going to add another country to my list. I think that'll be 118 countries I'll be at. But Indonesia is definitely one of the places I'd like to go and check out. Why are you going there? Just for vacation? From Kingston to Jakarta, Indonesia. That's interesting. 100% true, laughing at my comments. Thank you. So 100% true. Just to take a step back to your question about the, I need you to please call the Itaewon Global Village. They have a helpline for foreigners. Call them between Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, I think. Google English translation service. I think it's 1330 or 1335. I can't really remember. Itaewon Global Village. They have a helpline. You need to double check your, first of all, make sure, call immigration and make sure immigration phone number is an English phone number. Call them. Make sure, how are you registered? Are you registered as an independent contractor or are you registered as an E2 visa? Very important. Because if you're registered as an independent contractor, that's illegal. You cannot be registered as an independent contractor. Number 2, check to make sure your taxes are properly being paid, because you will get screwed come tax time in February. Okay? So go to your local tax office, take a day off and go to your local tax office. Now, I don't know whether they'll speak English, but you can call the English helpline. Google it. There is an English helpline, okay? Number 3, your health care. Your health care is 50% paid by your employer and 50% paid by you, deducted from your paycheck. Please make sure that your health premiums are paid. If not, you will have to pay them before you leave the country. I have heard horror stories where people show up at the airport to try to leave Korea and, oh, you still have to pay your health care. And you're screwed. You have to pay about $50 to $75 a month. Your 50%, okay? Sorry, I'm just reading the notes that Yo-Yo 3K is writing. I'll follow up on that in 1 second. Let me finish up with 100% true. Now, if you are being screwed, 100% true said, and how should I approach it when I find out that they indeed have been screwing me? Well, what you do is you approach your owner and you say, listen, this situation, can you please advise me? Don't argue. Never argue with a Korean. Never, because they want to be, they have face. They have honor. You don't want to disrespect them. And to them, you're nothing. Okay, well, honestly, they really are. I'm sorry to say this. Korean people are great. I was very lucky because I'm older. I'm educated. I have the education level, all of that stuff. And I didn't let anybody push me around because your visa is tied to them. So if you don't follow what they say, you're gone and you have to leave the country. I'm a permanent resident. I'm basically a Korean citizen. I can quit anytime I want. And I just said, you don't want me? I won't come tomorrow. Thank you. You're not paying me? Oh, I'm not coming tomorrow. What I did one time was my paycheck was late. And he says, oh, can you give me a week? Sure. I just sat in class like this. And the principal comes in and says, what are you doing? I said, well, I haven't been paid, so I'm not working. But I'm following my contract and I'm here. My contract says I have to be here. I'm here. I don't have to teach until you pay me. I was paid within 2-3 hours. They try to screw you. Their problems are not your problem. You have a contract. Now, Koreans don't really follow contracts. But if you run into problems, contact the Itaewon Global Village or Itaewon Global Help Center. They will help you. They have the resources and they will direct you. They even have a free lawyer, labor lawyer. So you need them to do what they have to do. Now, they have to pay your taxes. They have to pay your medical premiums and use your medical premiums. Go to the doctor as many times as you want. It's so cheap. My gosh, how many times I went to the doctor and got tests, blood tests and medication and for every little thing. Use that $75 that you're paying every month. Use it. 100% use it. Even if it's just for supplements, your supplements can be subsidized by your health plan. So get it taken care of, all right? Get every little tiny thing fixed while you're paying for it. You're paying $1,000 for the year or more. Use it. So, yeah, 100% use your medical. There are the labor board. Now, let me give you one piece of advice. There are two departments here. There's immigration and labor. Immigration does not care about your labor contract. So going to immigration about them screwing up, they'll just tell you F off. They don't care. They only care about immigration law. Do you have a contract? Yes. Is the contract legal? They don't care. They don't care. Okay? They only want to know, are you being paid the minimum amount required for the visa that you're working? Okay? And when does the contract expire? That's all they care about. Don't quit. Don't sign anything. If they force you, don't. If they say you can't leave without signing, call the police and walk out. Don't get violent. Don't get aggressive. Just be quiet and like that. I'll tell you a story in a minute after I get through this about my experience with a company that went bankrupt. Oh, let me take a bite of my roti. My chicken roti. So make sure you've been for 3 months now, 2.5 months. Perfect time to check on your insurance, your taxes, and your immigration status. That's 3 different government ministries that you have to check. Make sure immigration has your correct address, because they will mail you your immigration notifications. They have to have the right address. Let me tell you, if you change your address, you have 2 weeks to notify immigration. If you do not, you're in violation. You have 14 business days to notify immigration. You can do it online. Okay, you can do it online. Just make sure you cover your butt. Nobody in that country is going to take care of you. Only you can do it. Don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone. It's not in their best interest. Now, sometimes you get a good company that does take care of you. Sometimes there are good managers, leaders, whatever. Don't work for anybody else. Don't earn any money. It is illegal for you to earn money outside of the company that has hired you, even online. Even in Canada or America or someplace else, it is illegal while you are on your visa to earn any money outside of the company that is paying you. Technically, even your interest is illegal, but it's allowed. Day trading, all of that stuff, that's technically illegal. So you can't work on the side. You can, it's just a big process to get it taken care of, right? You have to follow a whole bunch of rules, and it's just a pain in the butt. Anyway, Yo-Yo 3K says, does that apply to Korean girls too? I could go on and on and on talking about that topic, and I don't know if it is YouTube allowed. I don't know if you guys realize, I ran one of the biggest clubs in Itaewon for 6 years. 2 clubs in Itaewon, 1 club in Hongdae. I was the VIP host. My job was to talk to girls and invite people to join. I was not a commission guy. I'm not a promoter or party planner. I was a salaried employee. My title was director. Oh, so both of you want to hear, Yo-Yo 3K and 100% True want to hear about my club life. Well, all the videos are in my YouTube channel. Go back 3 years and you will see every video of me in the club, interviewing people, partying, drinking, having a great time. My job. All right, let me take a step back. Let me make sure I covered all the questions. So Yo-Yo 3K is Philippines. I'm definitely going to be doing some traveling in the Philippines. I'm definitely going to be, I'm going to Cebu. I'm going to be living in near Clark Air Force Base, near Subic Bay, just in a small town west of there. I have a friend from Korea who's one of my oldest friends, 10 years, who lives there. I'm going to be sharing a place with him, a 2-bedroom apartment. El Nido. I will definitely be doing some traveling, not to worry. In 5 months, I'll try to get out and about. Yo-Yo 3K was talking about how you have to pay 20K for taxes. Well, sorry about that, bro. Let me tell you, I hate paying taxes. I would rather be a freelancer and pay my taxes at the end of the year. Because then I can earn money from that money and then pay my taxes. That's the best way to do it. Why people, oh, I got a huge tax rebate. Yeah. So you lent the government money, interest free, and then you paid someone to get your money back a year and a half later. Yeah. That's just crazy. Yeah, so Cebu, my brother got us a 5-star resort, Shangri-La. We're staying at the Shangri-La. So my brother's flying from Vancouver, my parents are flying from Sri Lanka, and I will fly in from Subic Bay to all meet up for 1 week, family reunion. I mean, I'll only be not seeing my parents for 3 weeks, and then I'll see them again. My brother hasn't seen my parents in a year because he came to Sri Lanka in February of this year. So we're meeting again in February of next year. Yo-Yo 3K says go see Chocolate Hills. I'll look that up, definitely, in Cebu. The plan is in Cebu is just to chill out and relax. It's not a vacation for me because I'm on vacation. I'll be working. I'll have to work. But you know, my parents and brother will be doing the churches and the historical places and the shopping, and I'll be doing the casino. There's casinos there I want to go to. So let's talk about the club. All right, so I landed in Korea in 2009. And in my past life in Canada, I was in marketing and promotions. I worked bars and clubs. I worked in radio. I was actually on the radio in Toronto. Those that know Toronto, CFTR, Tarzan Dan, 680 CFTR, CFNY, Q107. I was on those stations, working for those stations. Deadly Headley Jones, Chris Shepard, Tarzan Dan, Tony Monaco. So yeah, Z103.5 was the club station as well. So I was you're talking about 1988 when I started. And I was working in clubs or hanging out with the club kids in the 80s, in the late 80s, early 90s. So, you know, when I moved to Toronto, I got an apartment on Queens Quay, which is, you know, an upscale area right downtown. So my female friends would all show up at my place, and then I go to the club with them. So because they knew that I could get in without lining up or paying. So we used to go to the government nightclub, and I used to show up with 4 or 5 girls, and the security would always let me in. I made friends with them. And then the owners would see me, and then I was approached one day and said, you know, I eventually found out the security told the manager who I was, the manager told the owner, etc. I was known because I would show up every weekend at the government nightclub. If you look at my Facebook, I actually posted a picture from 28 years ago of me in the club partying it up. Maybe I gotta learn how to like share pictures and bring people into the chat. All right, so I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, that's me. It's out of focus, but that's me in the club. Out of focus, I'm really sorry, but that's me. Yeah, that's me in the club 25 years ago in the VIP section with my best friend Joanna. We would go all the time, and yeah, so I show up with pretty girls. You know, that's the trick to yeah, I had hair. Check out my Facebook. I mean, you guys can see what I used to look like when I was a kid. I'm 54 years, I'm gonna be 54 years old at Christmas. My birthday's on Christmas Day. So I used to work in bars and clubs, and I was in marketing and promotions and blah, blah, blah. How I started, I can't remember. I was in the right place at the right time. I used to hang out at the club, and because I went all the time, I got to be known. I got to be seen by the right people, and they kept inviting me to join their operation and promote. And then I became manager and blah, blah, blah. I worked at a club in Newmarket, which was the biggest club in Canada, in Toronto, in the area. And then from there, I started doing marketing and brought in like great DJs and stuff like that. And then I got known by the liquor vendors. One of them found out I was moving to the city and said, oh, you know, I know this club that would definitely love to have you, and got introduced to the Copa. Worked there for a little while, and then I moved further downtown. I lived uptown, then I moved downtown to Harborfront, and then started hanging out with the government, and the owner there, Charles Caboth, invited me to join his club, and I ran stuff there. And then I was at Circa, which was a huge club run by these New York guys. And I used to know the underground guys. I used to go to 23 Hop and Factory and Industry. I know all those guys. I'm still Facebook friends with Matt Castleman and Ben Ferguson, who were the owners at Industry. I'm still chat with these folks now and then. So when I came to Korea, I was hanging out at a Canadian pub in Itaewon, which is where you guys all know where the accident happened. I'll talk about that in a bit. And I met this Korean guy named Hanjin, and he was a popular guy. He's a little bit older than me. And now you have to remember, when I landed in Korea, I was 40 years old. It was summertime, and I'm hanging out. Now, 3 months in, I'm not a teacher. I'm just hanging out. So he takes me to different bars and clubs, and because we're the same age, and at that point I'm speaking Korean. I'm very good with languages. I've actually spoken 9 languages in my life. I currently speak about 4 or 5. So Yo-Yo 3K, man, I hope I'm in good shape as you are when I'm 54. You should see my father and mother. 86-year-old father, 79-year-old mother. Don't look their age. It's genetics. I mean, it's all genetics. I take care of myself. I've removed all stress from my life, I guess. I don't know. I don't do anything. I eat right and I exercise. I could lose another 5 pounds, which I'm trying to do before Christmas. So when I arrived, I kind of started to meet the right people, and the managers and owners knew who I was because I was a regular. Parents, definitely love the fact that I'm back with my parents. I hope and pray my parents live that long and healthy. Yo-Yo 3K is saying that. Yeah, I do too. I hope everyone's does, but eventually they will go. So make sure you spend quality time at this point in your life when they're coming to the end of their lives. So that's another reason why I came to Sri Lanka, was to spend my parents' last few years with them. I haven't been with them for 25 years, so I need to spend more time with them. So I met the right people. I was hanging around with the right people, and I made friends with Johnny. And Johnny was an up-and-coming entrepreneur. He had a taco truck, which became a restaurant, which became a bar, which then opened a club, and then another club. And his partners got to know me. 100% true. I'm going to answer your question in just 1 second. So I got to be known by the owners, and when Johnny sold his shares and went to America, I was invited to market at one of their venues in Hongdae. Now, Hongdae is a college town. So I'm 43, 44 at this point, 43. I'm in Korea 3 years. Hanjin and I had co-promoted a few parties at like one-off events. So we were known. I was known. So yeah, I said okay, because they're going to pay me. Who am I to say no to money? Free drinks, get to host. But the problem is that the age group that I can bring in was not the same as the age group that was in that area. So even though my friends would come and spend money, they weren't really enjoying it because it was a much younger college crowd. So an opportunity presented itself at a lounge in Itaewon, which I took advantage of. A friend of mine, their director left, so I joined at House Ming. Houseming, I was there for 2 years, 3 years, and then an opportunity showed up at B1, which is the largest club in outside of Gangnam, about 2,000 people a night, and I took over that. It is where the accident in Itaewon happened. It is on the other side of the hotel, so not even 50 meters away. Where the accident happened, I have walked up and down that alley 4 or 5 times a week. I know exactly where it is. When I saw the videos, let me take a step back. So anyway, I joined B1 as their director of guest relations director, and I ran the front door and the VIP and the guests and everything like that, salary, until they got sold in June of 2019, just before COVID. I moved to another venue and I was there until COVID, and then everything shut down, and then that's how I left the club business. When COVID came in, I left, and the momentum's just gone. I got invited to join a few other venues in Gangnam before I left Korea, but I decided I didn't want to do it. My momentum was gone. It's difficult to get it back, because you get phone calls from people because they know you can hook them up. Now, the accident occurred in an alley where my friend Johnny used to have a club. So I know that alley intimately, because for 3 or 4 years, I would hang out in that alley every night at his bar. Okay, his bar is right on that alley. And we all know, all long timers know, Halloween, never walk on the back street. I told my friends, not friends, my students, oh, go and enjoy. Take your family, go at around 4 or 5 o'clock, but leave by 7 or 8. Leave. And don't go in the back alley. Stay on the main street and take the subway, but walk to the other station on either end. Don't do the Itaewon station. It's just too crowded, especially with your family. And the next day when the accident happened, I texted everyone, you know, everyone is asking, you know, where is everyone? Where is everyone? A lot of my students don't know I'm in Sri Lanka. They think I'm in Korea. I don't, don't ask, don't tell, because I work remotely, right? So that's another story. Anyway, my bar, the one I work at, the club I work at is like 50 meters away. So the images of the bodies lying on the street were actually laid out in front of where I stood every single night. So, I'm watching those videos and I know exactly where it was. I know exactly how it happened and why it happened, because I've seen people trip and fall on that hill, because it goes like this and then it dips and you stumble when you're, tipsy or drunk. Can you imagine if there's 1,000, 5,000 people pushing behind you? It's not possible. You can't see what's happening in front of you. I have been around the corner on Halloween 1 year ago. Check out my video from 1 year ago. During COVID, I was in a bar 10 meters away from where the accident happened. There's 2 bars on the corner there. I've been to both of them. I know that alley. 2 years ago, I was walking. There's a video from 2 years ago, me walking. You can see me not moving. To go 10 meters took me 20, 30 minutes. So, and that was 2 years ago in the middle of COVID. So and prior to that, I was working all the time. So I never went walking. And I know not to go walking. I know not to go walking. We all us old timers who have lived in Korea a long time know not to go walking down that street. It is so sad what happened. And it's not anyone's fault. It is the local district representative's fault, 100%. They knew that this would happen. It was their fault. So 100% True says, did you ever get did that ever get to your head, getting so much recognition from club owners? Absolutely not. I am an egotistical guy. I love being taken care of. Come on, who wouldn't like to be taken care of? I never line up. I never pay. Free drinks, free bottles, free table. And you just get taken care of. And why? Why did they do it? Well, because we showed up with lots of girls, and we do spend money. We do spend money. Me and my best friend Richard, we would always go, and we would be the only foreigners in the club, because Korea does not have a discrimination law. They do for public sector, not for private sector. So a private property can discriminate and restrict entry to anyone. Even my club, we sometimes would not let people in for whatever reasons. Because you have to remember, these clubs operate 2 or 3 nights a week. Their clientele are Koreans. They're the ones who come. Yes, foreigners spend money, but if a club is known that it allows foreigners, and foreigners act differently in public than Koreans, then the club gets a reputation, and the Koreans stop coming. And a club cannot survive with just foreigners. There are certain foreigner-only clubs that are predominantly foreign, but it's just a reality of business, right? So clubs will do that. They will discriminate, and there are signs. They'll put up signs: no foreigners. 100% legal in Korea. Is it moral? No. Is it right? No. But not my country. I'm not a citizen. I can't complain. Actually, I can't. I'm not allowed to complain. Under Korean law, those who are on a visa are prohibited from public protest. It is illegal. You'll have your visa revoked and be deported if you're caught in a protest. Any kind of protest. And especially if you disparage the Korean society. So that's why I'm still careful about what I say about Korea, because I have a visa. I'm hoping, after this next round, I can, say whatever I want. I have been critical in certain instances. I have a video from a year ago called Good, Bad, and Ugly of Korea that I did with Brown Betty. She is another YouTuber. We did a collab. Check that video out on the truth about living in Korea, the good, the bad, and the ugly of Korea. A 2-parter, one video on her channel, one video on my channel. I didn't let it get to my head. What it was is that I'm going out, I'm gonna spend money. If I have to line up, I'm not going to go. There's no reason for me to go if I have to line up. I don't mind paying a cover charge, but why should I? I'm coming every week. I'm spending money. You put a cover charge to recoup the money on people who don't buy alcohol, right? But I'm buying a table, and I'm buying I'm regularly buying tables and alcohol. So 100% True is asking about my personal life. I'm going to keep that a little bit, private. I had fun. I enjoyed my time. I dated a lot. Now, because I worked in a club, I had a private rule, like my own rule. I never dated customers. It only occurred, I think, once or twice, where I ended up dating a customer. But not because I pursued it, it's because they pursued it. I'm too busy. I don't have time to date. And who wants to date a guy who's never available on the weekends? I'm sleeping during the daytime because I'm working at night. I work from 9 p.m. till 4 or 5 a.m. So the next day I'm sleeping. And then Monday to Friday I'm working. So, I don't have time to date. So I've been single since I arrived in Korea 15 years ago. So yeah. But I did enjoy my time. So I I actually prefer socializing than dating. I don't like to date. It's just, for me, it's a waste of money and a waste of time. Um, Somebody asked me about what's it? I'm wearing to keep my elbows. I went on to an MRI. You'll see the videos coming up in my channel next week. I've had a little bit of pain in my elbow, and it turns out it's just the cartilage is getting old. So I wear a compression sleeve to keep my elbows supported. I bought some pads for my desk and some support for when I'm working, and a shoulder harness to pull my shoulders back, because it's actually I had an MRI and it's a little bit of compression in my neck. I had that about 4 years ago, and I had a problem on my left side. This time it's on my right side. So it's gotten better. It's healed up quite nicely. I'm on a little bit of medication to regenerate the cartilage. I do stretching. I have a little home gym, a bench and some barbells. So I'm doing a little bit of that, stretching, but the doctor said this is not something that is exercise related. This is the cartilage. The cartilage is worn out just because of age. So exercise actually is not good, because then you're moving it more. He says, just there's nothing wrong with your muscles. There's nothing wrong with your tendons. It's the bones. So he's given me medication to help regenerate that, the bone and the cartilage. So yeah, thank you, Yo-Yo3K, for your thanks. Well, I mean, you can disagree, but I mean, I went to an orthopedic surgeon. I've had an MRI. I've had the CAT scan, X-ray, and MRI, and nerve test. None of those were showed any problems. The MRI showed a degeneration of the cartilage in my elbow. So exercise, moving my yeah, cartilage can erode. That's what you get when you yeah. You can't. I asked him about that. So, like the muscles, if the cartilage degenerates or wears out, then you have bone rubbing on bone. No amount of exercise is going to change that. So you have to either replace the cartilage or something like that. But you can take medication to help slow down or stop that process. Yeah, you can't regrow cartilage. That's for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, osteoporosis, arthritis. He said it's not that. It's not that. It's just a minor issue, and the pain I had is gone. So I have been doing exercises, trying to strengthen it, but he said don't do too much. Don't try to move the bone in your elbow joint. But thanks, Yo-Yo3K. I appreciate your support, but I'm gonna stick with the orthopedic surgeon who I'm dealing with, who's treating me and managing my situation. I'm gonna go to him. Now I'm going to be on this medication for a month, and after about 6 weeks, month to 2 months, after 6 weeks of doing some minor exercise and stretching and etc., and wearing the supports, and I switched from right-handed mouse to left-handed mouse because I'm ambidextrous. So I switched to left hand so that I can rest my arm, and I have a sling. So when I'm working, I just sit on the sling. Supports my shoulder. and I'm supporting my neck as well because I have compressed vertebrae in my neck. So all of that together, I'm going to hopefully see where is it going from month to month to month to month. Where is it going so that I can track, so we can see where, with x-rays, with MRIs, what is happening in there. Anyway, that's, I'm not worried about that. It's just old age. Things happen, old age. Anyway, what else is going on? Well, it's Sunday Fun Day. I got crab curry stewing in the kitchen. If you rewind back to the beginning of this video, you'll see the crab curry that we are cooking. I made a video. It's going up later on this month. We went to GIMBLE Fish Market early this morning at 4 a.m. this morning. Picked up a 3-kilo tuna, some tilapia, 2 kilos of jumbo prawn, and 4 crabs, 4 mud crabs, lagoon crabs, and we'll cook that up today. Mouth is watering just thinking about it. So we're going to eat that. What else? All right, let me take a water break. I gotta get some water. I'll be back in 30 seconds. If anyone has any questions they want to ask me, please post it in the comments and I will answer those in just 1 minute. Thank you. All right, I'm back. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to wrap it up shortly. We've been on for 90 minutes, and I'm going to be doing this every Sunday at this time. I do hope you all join next time for Sunday Fun Day with Sri Lankan Sammi, and we'll just shoot the breeze, talk about things. I hope I answered everyone's questions. Let me just take a look here. 100% true. Yo-Yo 3K, thank you. Who else did we have today? Johan, thank you. Kendall, thank you. 100% true. Join my Discord server. Click the link below. Join my Discord server. I will give you some advice on what to do, how to survive your year in Korea. Yeah, every Sunday I'm gonna try. Every Sunday. I can't guarantee it, but at this time, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, local time, I'm gonna try to do a live stream. And hopefully this will become something that'll be regular. So please join my Discord server, join me on Facebook or Instagram under Sri Lankan Sammi, and see you guys on the other side. I really do appreciate everyone for joining. I'm going to, as this develops, as we get more and more viewers. I'm going to look at improving the stream and using more plugins and bring in other features and services so that we can make it more interactive. The number one thing is to make sure that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. Am I going to watch FIFA? I am not a fan of soccer at all. I am not a fan of team sports. I don't like any team sports. Football, baseball, soccer, not interested. Basketball, not interested at all. I am interested in auto racing and maybe, like downhill skiing, maybe tennis and golf. Golf, I'll watch the highlights. Tennis, I will watch the highlights. I like that. Cricket, no. Cricket is boring for me. I did go, if you watch my video, I did go to the I can't remember the name of it, but it was Australia-Sri Lanka match. No, beer pong, absolutely not. No, I'm too old for college games. Formula One auto racing, NASCAR, and IndyCar. I am a huge fan. I have a funny story. I delayed my wedding by 2 weeks so I wouldn't miss the Daytona 500, which is probably why I'm divorced. The Daytona 500 is in February, early February, and it is, I am a freak about auto racing. Formula One, not as much these days because it's just gotten too political. IndyCar racing, I try to follow, it's just I've lost interest in it because it's not as much action. But NASCAR, I'm a huge NASCAR fan. I discovered NASCAR after Ferrari started dominating Formula One 20 years ago, because it's just watching Ferrari go around by itself, for 2 hours. It's not racing, but NASCAR racing, wow, I loved it. And losing Dale Earnhardt Sr., losing Greg Moore in IndyCar racing, losing Ayrton Senna in Formula One, my heroes don't get a red card or a penalty. When they make a mistake, they die, and they die doing what they love. So it is a sport that, what I say is, Formula auto racing is the only true sport. Everything else is just grown men playing children's games, right? Because that's true. Anyone can play baseball, soccer, football, but only a select few can race with the best. Only a select few. And if you think you can do it, I will cut off an arm if you can last one lap in a Formula One car. I've driven a NASCAR at Daytona, and I've driven a Formula One car. No way I could do it for 2 hours. Absolutely not. There's one day every 4 years, which is the best day of my life. It is the 3 best races in the world, all in one day, all on a Sunday. In the morning, Formula One Monaco Grand Prix, the best track in the world. In the afternoon, the Indy 500. And in the evening, the Coca-Cola 600, NASCAR. Over 1,800 kilometers of racing. It just, love it, love it. I can't get enough of it. 18 hours of auto racing. You can't pull me away from the TV. I've been watching auto racing, Formula One, since I was about 14 years old, 12 years old. Keke Rosberg, Nigel Mansell, Ayrton Senna, Gilles Villeneuve, Nico Rosberg, Alain Prost, Nigel Mansell. Those were great racers. I loved it. Oh, just watching them race. It was beautiful. So I will wrap it up after, an hour and 25 minutes. I want to thank again everybody for watching. Please join the Discord server. Please like, share, comment. I really love the comments. The more comments I have, the better. Yo-Yo 3K, please have a sweet dreams. Stay safe. Drive carefully in the snow, please. Don't drive too fast because you might forget how to drive. It's been a while since you've driven in snow. It gets easy to forget how slippery 1 second could take, and you don't want to ruin your life by making a mistake. So please be careful out there. Everyone else, be safe. Wear a mask, wash your hands, take care of yourself, get your flu shot, all of that lovely, lovely stuff. Stay safe until we can see each other again on the other side. Sri Lanka Sammi, living life. What does it say? Learn to live life. Don't let life live you. I am out.